Hello and welcome to episode 16 of the Movie Garage podcast and video. I'm Jay and this is Gaz. How's it going, dude?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm so looking forward to getting into this movie, mate.
Yeah? Excellent stuff. So this is another Movie of the Week episode, and today we are going to be reviewing Alien. Now this, before we get started, is after Star Wars, this is my next favourite film franchise. I absolutely love it. Again, I've read loads of books, seen all the films, read loads of comics and everything like that, so I'm definitely really interested to hear what you think about this.
Well, take a breath.
Excellent. So what I said was, I suggested watching the first two. If you can, if you didn't have time, then just to watch the first one, and then we'll go from there. So which one did you manage to watch?
I watched Alien. I've not watched both yet.
You not watched the second one yet? Yeah.
No, yeah, I've watched Alien.
Excellent stuff. After you then, mate.
Well, when I watched it, I completely get this is a cult classic.
Yes.
I understand it and I understand why. And I've definitely seen parts of this before. This isn't my favourite type of film at all.
Yeah.
It doesn't grip me in any sort of way. And as an actual full film, I think it's a bag of shit. It's utter crap. Oh God, Joe. Right, I do understand it. I do understand why this creature is quite iconic, and I get it. But there's so much wrong with this film.
Excellent.
Like, first of all, there's no real story. Stuff just happened. You're automatically in space.
Yeah.
And there's no build up to that. No background at all to why they're there. Or if there is, it went over my head.
Yeah.
Because I had a couple of gins before I watched this. So it could possibly have gone over my head. Now, I can't work out. I can't work out what's kind of going on in the actual film. There's generally nothing because they kind of first of all, they wake up in pods, don't they?
Yeah.
And that was quite cool. It was,
they've been in they've been in stasis, haven't they? Like suspended animation, because traveling takes so long. They basically just get knocked out for the entire journey.
Yeah, and that's cool, and you can see that happening in modern day films and stuff like that. But so an alien, how does it get on board? Can't remember how the alien.
So the start of the movie is basically they are an ore hauler. It's called. So they've basically gone to another planet, picked up a load of materials, and they're now transporting it back to Earth. So they build stuff right. Halfway back to Earth, they get woken up from cryosleep because they detect an SOS signal coming from a planet. So then they go down to investigate this SOS and find that alien ship.
Right, that's where the gin hit in. So that happens, and the alien comes on board. But it goes by doing so. They don't know it's on board because it's gone into the guy's mask.
Yeah,
and there's what seems to be an octopus thing on his head, and straight away I'm like, this is silly because you wouldn't breathe. There's absolutely no way you'd breathe. And then I think they can peel that off, and the guy seems absolutely fine, don't he? And then all of a sudden he starts feeling pain, doesn't he? And this is just a joke. A little weird, a little weird alien with teeth pops out of his stomach, kills them obviously by popping out something, and the way it runs off is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
It's literally just someone drags it across the floor, don't they? It just kind of got blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, and I know it's like the 70s. It's so bad.
Yeah. This 79 Alien was.
And then all of a sudden, obviously there's a bit of panic and what have you on ship, but all of a sudden that little alien then turns into a massive giant alien.
9-foot beast.
Yeah, and that was the point where I went, this really makes no sense. This is getting worse. Why is that alien? There's no reason for it, unless it explains in further Alien films. Why is that tiny little turd of an alien that you could have just gone turned into a 9-foot monster? But by the way, it's a hide and seek champion. And I found it all very weird because these guys, they were just doing the stupidest crap. Like, there's a 9-foot alien on board, get your shit together. But they kept leaving, like, they kept doing the simple stuff of, you know, where they go somewhere alone and you go, well, I know you're going to die.
Yeah.
And then I was like, the only part that I kind of went, oh, cat. There's a cat on board.
George.
Jay, why is there a fucking cat on board? And why do they care? Why do they care about the cat so much? Their lives in danger, and they keep risking their life for a cat. No, fuck the cat. Honestly, I was like, this. Like, come on, this can't get worse, and it did because the scientist on board was an android. I thought, you my God, Jay, stitch me up here.
Excellent.
A lot of that film was quite typical and made no sense, but in general, I thought it was I thought it was a rubbish film. I know it's your kind of thing, and I know it's right down your street. I thought it was crap.
See, that's why I said about watching the two. I thought you'd hate the first one, but I thought you'd really, really like the second one because it is completely different. The second one is basically futuristic army guys go in and fight 9-foot monsters. So it's like completely different, but it doesn't really make any sense if you don't have like the context of the first one. So like you say, so it is definitely right on my street. I love this movie. It's very stereotypical horror. So like the only person that survives at the end is the only good person in the film. So like she tries to save everyone. She's like she's good. Everybody else has like really horrible flaws. Like the only one besides her who talk any sense are like the two mechanics guys, but they're always going on about how they want more money and how they're really, really greedy all the time and stuff like that. So basically everybody dies besides the one person who's good and selfless. So it's quite stereotypical in that. And then it's basically spawned all this stuff that's going on. It's I kind of love it as well because like you said, so the head scientist turns out to be an android who is basically in on it from the very start. So he is like trying to get this monster back to Earth so they can study it. And it comes out in like later movies and stuff. I know you're probably not going to watch any of the later ones, but the whole like premise of everything is that the company that these guys work for want to get this creature as a weapon because it's basically like the perfect hunter and the perfect weapon. So then they'd be like indestructible. And it's all about Ellen Ripley, the girl played by Sigourney Weaver, trying to stop them and trying to survive and trying to kill all these aliens. Like I say, I genuinely do love this film still. It is quite hammy in places, but there's stuff like the chest burster scene that you mentioned, where it comes out of the guy's stomach. Ridley Scott, the guy who directed it, who's Gladiator and everything along those lines, he didn't tell anybody what was going to happen. They had a basic idea that something was going to be like going on, but he didn't tell anybody the specifics of what was going to happen. And then all of a sudden, this thing just bursts out of his chest, and that's all like their natural reactions to how
Oh shit, that's pretty
they were at the time.
cool way of doing that.
Yeah, which I really love.
But why did you think I was going to hate this film though? If you really love it.
Oh yeah, because I knew it wasn't your kind of thing. I didn't think that you were really into horror and stuff. And then obviously, like talking to you about Star Wars and all like the spacey stuff isn't really your kind of business either. So, but
yeah, it all goes quite over my head, all that kind of spacey stuff.
Yeah, that was why I was quite interested to see how you'd feel about the second one, because the second one is like the main guy in it is the guy who plays Kyle Reese, Michael Biehn, in the first Terminator movie. He plays like the main Marine in it,
right.
And they send them to this same planet to go and try and destroy all the aliens, and it's a completely different film. So the first one is Ridley Scott, who obviously went on to direct Gladiator and a lot of other stuff. The second one is James Cameron, who did Avatar and all that kind of thing. So this like franchise from the late 70s, early 80s is basically like really skyrocketed the careers of all these amazing directors that are still going now and are still doing amazing films and stuff.
Oh. See, I really wanted to get you back for this because now you've made me watch this.
Yeah.
And Fast and Furious.
Yeah, there is that. Yeah, so you owe me at least 2. The next one that I've got an idea for as well, you might owe me for that, but I've not seen it either. So, so it's kind of equal if I've not seen it.
And I've been really kind to you this week.
Yeah, excellent. That's what we like. At least one of us is still nice. First off, before we get into your choice, my heights out of 5 for Alien.
2.
Oh, just a 2. I'm gonna go big. I think I'm gonna go a big 5 for me because of what it started, of what it kicked off. Because Ellen Ripley is probably my favorite character in all of movies. Her character progression all the way through like the next movies that come out, and what she does and everything along those lines, and how she changes from just basically a woman on a ship to being this full-on fucking badass is just amazing. And Sigourney Weaver is an absolutely wonderful actor. And I think I've been watching these films since I was a kid, so there's all the nostalgia thing as well. So I'm going to go a big 5 for that. That's the first one that we've only really massively disagreed on.
Oh yeah,
I like it. I'm not speaking to you ever again, but yeah, I like it. Brilliant. Yeah. So that was Alien. What have you got for us this week then, pal?
I've got our first animated film.
Oh, okay, dog.
It's on Sky Store right now, and it's Onwards.
Onwards. Oh, that is. Oh, excellent.
Chris Pratt, Tom Holland.
Yes, Star-Lord and Spider-Man. Excellent. Yeah, definitely. Yes. I'd be interested in it.
They're trolls, and they have to go on a search for magic. And I've not seen it yet either, so I just thought I thought it'd be a good idea to do our first animated film.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting one.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. So.
Right, good stuff. So that is Onward. So watch it and then tune into the show next week to see what we both thought about that. I imagine it'll be an improvement from Gary's review of Alien, but we shall see. We don't know. Might be shit. A pair of us might just be bitching next week. We shall see. I imagine the week after we will, after what I've got in store. But I don't know. Actually. It could go both ways. Anyway, so we'll talk about that more next week. Until then, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Subscribe to us. Give us some likes on all the social medias. I've been Jay. Thanks very much. And this is Gaz.
Yeah, thank you. Cheers, Jay.
Yeah, cheers, matey. I shall see you soon.
Yeah, nice one, dude.